who managed to become besties with the hottest chick that happened to be from the strongest assassin family. However, everything changes when he learns that her life is in danger, so he marries her to clap her enemies so they can have a freaky honeymoon.
Mutsumi! Why are you exposing yourself like that?
A couple of days after Taiyo lost his entire family to a brutal car accident, while staring at their pictures during the funeral, he realizes how easy it is to lose what you love and immediately pulls his hand away from a childhood friend named Mutsumi. However, she grabs his hand again and promises to be there for him no matter what, causing him to finally let out the tears he has been holding back. At school several weeks later, Mutsumi shows up to feed him lunch, and when she asks why he is still trying so hard to push everyone away, he tells her to save the caring mother act for after she becomes the baby mama of some street thug. Despite his obvious attempt to scare her off, she gives him no choice but to accept her food, so he thanks her for it before asking why she turned down the captain of the soccer team. Right then, the vice principal, who clearly spent too much time watching Men in Black, shows up to steal a bite and expresses how obsessed he is with Mutsumi's cooking. When she asks how he is already back from his lecture trip so soon, Kyoichiro claims that he did it all to be close to her and tells Taiyo to come see him after classes before leaving. Hours later, Taiyo ends up in his office wondering why the wannabe secret agent is sitting so close to him when there is a perfectly good office chair for him to use. The next moment, Kyoichiro shows him an entire gallery of Mutsumi's pictures, but the real shock sets in when he pulls up a video where he almost sent the captain of the soccer team to his ancestors. Just as Taiyo considers screaming for help, Kyoichiro holds a knife to his neck and says he can't stand the relationship he has with Mutsumi. All of a sudden, a chick dressed in toilet paper jumps in from the window, and Taiyo immediately hits the snooze button only to wake up and find himself surrounded by Mutsumi and a bunch of freaks that look like they escaped Frankenstein's lab. After he jumps off the couch and demands to know what on earth is going on, Mutsumi tells him that they are all her siblings and further explains that everyone in the family is an overpowered spy. Just as Kengo tries to tell them all about Kyoichiro's fame as the #1 assassin in the country, the alarm system alerts them that he is back, so Futuba cuts to the chase and tells Taiyo that he has to marry Mutsumi because it's the only way to stop Kyoichiro from murking him. When Mutsumi refuses and says they can't just force a family on him after he just lost his, they all decide to fight off Kyoichiro while she and Kengo run deeper into the house to hide Taiyo. However, just a few minutes later, Kyoichiro catches up to them and tells Mutsumi to stop trying to protect him. After she and the dog try to attack, he unleashes his iron webs to capture them both and rips off the disguise Kengo used to make it seem like he is Mutsumi. He then also tells Mutsumi to drop the Taiyo disguise and accept that he is the only one that can protect her. Just as she decides to accept his psychotic obsession with protecting her, Taiyo climbs out of the painting and says he is ready to marry her. Upon seeing that he really means it, she unlocks the second half of her ring and tosses it to him. But Kyoichiro activates his steel webs again to stop Taiyo. Despite this, he squeezes right through them to grab the ring and officially becomes Mutsumi's husband before the others show up and congratulate him on joining the family. At his place the following morning, Kyoichiro also welcomes him into the family with another murder attempt before proceeding to force him through an excruciating dance session with his iron webs. Thankfully, Mutsumi shows up just in time to stop him. But then, Kyoichiro suddenly grabs them both and jumps out of the window to avoid a deadly bomb that instantly reduces the entire house to rubble. When Taiyo asks if that was part of his way of saying good morning, Kyoichiro says that it was actually an attempt on Mutsumi's life before taking them into a limo. He then tells Taiyo that her life will always be in danger because, unlike the worthless NPCs he usually hangs around with, she is the current head of their family and will soon be taking over the underground world of assassins and spies. Kyoichiro further explains how their lineage has been filled with supernatural humans over the past centuries, with the exception of a very normal family member that appears in each generation.